Podcast, episode 10 already. I'm excited about it. I'm your host, as always, Paper Ape, and we are joined by my co-hosts, as always, also Kaizen and Tytropolis. How are both y'all doing on this fine extra day we have off?
Hey, GM. 10th episode already, man. I'm doing great. What about you, Kaizen?
I'm doing good, Jim, guys. Special Labor Day edition for all the Degens, man, that are still out there trying to grind. We're here for you.
Got the extra day to degen this week. Let's go. I love it.
No days off.
Also, the extended track on the intro, that was nice. I was vibing.
I know. I can't help. I'm over here just dancing all over the screen.
Pretty much. I was like, okay, this is still going. Either Paper's having audio issues or he's vibing right now. Either way, it will be all right.
All vibes today.
Yes.
Yeah. So y'all like the long intro? Because that's how I started doing it on the streams. I kind of like it like that.
Yeah, the long intro is good. And for anybody listening live, they didn't miss anything on the intro. Not that we get into too much craziness right away, but yeah, I prefer it after going through it and experiencing it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I figure we probably, I can speak for myself on how much I've paid attention to the market this weekend. There's only one project that's caught my eyes really, and that's all the artifact stuff I've been trading. What about you guys?
Man, I haven't been very active, but of course you can't avoid the Utes and Degens and all that. That's all over the timeline. But I haven't dipped in. I haven't bought any of that stuff. But yeah, I've seen your artifact stuff, and yeah, it's all about Degens.
Yeah, Degens going crazy. There's been some degen plays over the course of the weekend. I've tried to hit a couple. I got a couple things listed right now. Just some real degen shit. Didn't really do too much research on it, but lost some money, made some money. Not a bad weekend.
Yeah, you had a really lucky pull with the Ringo Black Box, didn't you?
Upon further inspection, it wasn't quite as rare as I had thought it was right when it dropped. Now it was a robot from the black box. So that was cool because it wasn't one of the least rare archetypes is kind of what they go for. It was like human, robot, samurai, ninja, so on and so forth. But it was like second, 2 or 3 from the top. So whatever that is, like third or fourth to the least common. But there was the way that they kind of did their project, some of them are just about as rare as others, there's actually a pretty equal distribution, it looks like, between the different archetypes. And I think that can hurt, especially when some of those archetypes probably paid up for those boxes, and the black boxes are really giving you a lot of these rares, it looks like. So from a flipper standpoint, that might not be your cup of tea or could work against you. But yeah, Renga was cool. I mean, the art is super dope. And I love what they're doing. The reveal was clean. Burning the box was fun. Shout out to the whole experience. You can tell they took some time on it, but definitely the post-reveal dump plus kind of the way that the trades are laid out, I feel like isn't in a flipper's interest if that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah. I think once we look at the sweeper sells from the past week, it'll give us a really good example of what you're saying right there. It seems like almost all collections are down right now. There's very few things that are actually up from last week, except for just 1 or 2 projects here and there. Kaizen, you were talking about the D-Gods and the Utes. What's been going on with them this weekend?
Man, I haven't, like I said, I haven't bought into it, so I'm not tracking it as closely as probably everybody else that got into that. But I know that their mint for Utes got delayed yesterday, and on Sunday, I think Big Boy Jay was going to skip the ATX Degens barge trip yesterday so he could mint, and they ended up just kind of rugging everybody and delaying it until essentially they were saying they got botted. Somebody was attacking their site. and they were going to just pack it up and try and figure that out. So I know that their dust was dumping, and it looks like you're right on cue with that. And I don't know. I guess I feel like it's going to dump a lot more. I mean, I think everybody bought it so because you have to mint the Utes with dust, and I mean, once you do that, I don't think anybody's going to be buying dust. Like, so I'm feeling bad for anybody that went all in on that.
Yeah, I'm kind of just initially thinking that might have something similar to ApeCoin, like how everybody accumulated ApeCoin to get the other side drop. And that was the all-time highs we saw it have, like almost $25. And then it's just been down bad since then.
Yeah, I think there's one lesson there. I mean, anybody that's trying to trade these altcoins, if they were just looking at indicators and saw dust moving and they weren't realizing that it was tied to this mint, right? If you were not inside the NFT bubble and just trying to speculate on these altcoins, and some people could get burned with that because all the indicators might be saying, wow, look at this volume. This is something serious. Not realizing that there's a reason why you could get burned. So I don't know, man. I don't know if there's a lot of people that play that game, but man, I hope they didn't get wrecked with this.
Yeah, it's very, very high risk on the dust because there really is no utility for it other than minting the Utes, like you said. And I think Magic Eden added dust as something you can use in their marketplace. But to me, as far as how much value it actually gives dust, I don't really see the value behind it. So yeah, it is a very risky game to be playing with this.
And yeah, you made a good point that they did make that available to use on Magic Eden, and we saw that with Ape, right? And how much of a difference did that make on Ape's price? Like, I would say absolutely zero. Like, one thing that happened right away with that was somebody listed their Ape, and I saw a big thread about it. They listed it in Ape, and Ape went down like 40% overnight or something crazy. It was when it was really, really volatile. And so somebody sniped it. And when the guy listed it in Ape, we'll say it was 130,000. And then the next morning it was like 90,000. And that guy got wrecked. And once I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm not listing anything in Ape. It's just way too volatile. And I would imagine dust would be the same thing.
Sorry, I'm trying to pull up a better looking chart here for ApeCoin. But yeah, no, I agree. It's like people don't really want to transact in things other than ETH or Solana, for example, for the whatever's on that chain.
Yeah, that's a smart move. It was cool to see those Ape sales go through. Not gonna lie. It was like, okay, this might be really happening here. Like, you'd see like 88,000 Ape sale or whatever it was at the time, which is cool. I want to go back to dust though. I felt like, you guys are making great points. I agree. I don't know enough about it, but it looks like if you bought in early enough, what is that? Maybe 2 weeks ago, leading up to this, when the hype was kind of starting to build on Twitter, you'd still be up a little bit right now. So not the worst play, but I do think it's going down. I saw some thread on Twitter, and I read most of it. I was trying to find it here while you guys were talking, and it was like some, I don't know, hotshot finance professor or something. It was like, why I'm bullish on Frank, D-Gods, and Dust. And it seemed like he had a lot of data to back up his facts and his points. I'm saying he's right or anything, but it was worth the read just to try to get the other side of the perspective, kind of from where you guys were. But yeah, looks like they're delayed. Utes are supposed to mint today. Is that right?
I don't know if they announced. Yeah, again, it was supposed to be yesterday, but the last I saw, it was just, hey, we're going to figure this out.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be good to know though, because I didn't know they got delayed yesterday. This is not the right one.
I saw the delay, and then I saw Frank own it too, which was cool, saying that like delays is something that they got to work on, historically something they're not great at. He's going to hit the drawing board. I don't know. The more I see Frank on my feed, the more bullish I am on Frankie. I think he's.
But like,
he's
what's the utility of Utes? That's my biggest issue with them.
Not even on the Utes fact. I mean, like I said, I don't have a D God. I think I might be up on my sweeper cell, but just from his communications with the team and being a founder, like I got mad respect for what he's doing, and it's hard to do what he's doing. Just being a face, being a name, taking the blame, trying to keep building, like barely sleeping. Like I'm just saying, I got a lot of respect for what he's trying to do and build a project and build a community and just try to deliver fun, cool shit to the community. And it sounds like his number one thing has been increase value to his holders. So you can't really deny. I mean, you would have to sell to realize that value. But if you got in at D Gods, you know, they peaked, they went down a little bit. He tried a bunch of new shit. Here they are at the top. So like the guy's been there and he's grinding, and I give him his flowers for it.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. I mean, if you're trying to launch a project on Solana, like the deck is stacked against you. And like
Solana, bro. Yeah, right.
Everything that they've done is very impressive. And really, I just kind of blow that whistle, man. When I start feeling like we're in like peak euphoria, that's when I start getting a little more vocal, saying, "Hey, look, be careful, everybody." But
Thanks.
man, I found a chart. It's Dust and ETH. In ETH terms, in the last 3 months, Dust is up 1,000%. In the last month, it's 643%. But in the last week, it's down 47%. So, if you got in 3 months ago, man, you're up, still up 1,000%. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, right. But yeah, you gotta know when to sell for sure.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to hold this one to the moon. Like you probably should have cashed out when it was worth double a week ago.
Yeah. Y'all were talking about Dust, right? Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's interesting because it peaked yesterday whenever the mint was supposed to happen, but now people are still going to need Dust to do that mint. So I'm wondering how them delaying it a day is going to affect everything.
I think they announced how much Dust you'll need, though, right? So that mystery is at least cleared the air. So I expect it to go down a little bit, just like how ApeCoin pretty much, started going down from 27 to whatever it was the next day, as soon as you needed only 350.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. It's going to be hard for pretty much anybody to keep the hype going unless they have a lot of items or events already scheduled to go after this mint happens. So it's going to be interesting to see what actually what comes next for these projects.
Now, what did you guys think of the whitelist thing where they were? I didn't try it. I didn't try and register, but just to kind of make people jump through the hoops and turning it into kind of a public spectacle when people were approved. Like, what do you guys think about that?
I like that it was different, and from a marketing perspective, it looks like it's worked, right? Like that's all we've seen. All everybody's talking about is the applications. You got Degens drinking out of $4,000 DS Nike Travis Scotts. You know what I mean? Like doing a shoey. Like it worked, and I don't know. It was cool. It was cool to see something different, something innovative. Now, I'm not. Like they also had a strategy of going after influencers and celebrities and so on and so forth. But the breakdown from like a follower count seems pretty legit. I think the two biggest categories had like 2,000 and under, like 2,000 to 4,000, somewhere in that range. So yeah, I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool, to be honest.
I think I agree. I think they crushed it on the marketing side of things. They did it differently than a lot of these other people have been doing, and it got a lot of engagement going for their project, and organic engagement is really the key factor there.
Yeah.
I did apply for it and I didn't get accepted, so that's a red flag to me. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, it was a cool process they did. I definitely expect other people to copy them in the future.
So like on that note, right? Like I saw some, it was like a DGod and he was like, "Hey, Frank, I didn't make the cut, and to be honest, I think more of myself, and I think I should have made the cut or something like that." Like just like some DJ honesty. And Frank chimed in, you know what I mean, and jumped in and was like, "Dude, you're right. You probably should have made it. My bad. The process could have been more smooth. It wasn't personable. I was trying to get to know my people better through this or whatever, and we'll do better on the next one." That's what I'm trying to say is like, I'm bullish on a project that has that type of founder, regardless of anything else involved. Like if we're talking long term, because your project's not going to survive without that type of blood and sweat that you put into your community, that type of communication.
Yeah, that's cool. That is cool. And man, but there is something when you don't get whitelisted, like I felt that where it's just like kind of like screw these guys. Like, and I know it's kind of the wave of FUD that comes when you don't get whitelisted. And this one was like more personal. Like in the past, it's just like, okay, I didn't win this random lottery to get in. I'm like, yeah, screw it, send it to zero. Like I felt that. And I can only imagine that there are people that are like, okay, this is personal. Like they looked at me and said, no, like we'll see what happens with this price action. But I feel like the wave of FUD could be pretty epic if this happens. Like, but again, I think you guys are right. Like it was epic. It worked. It took over crypto Twitter for like the last 3 weeks. It feels like.
Yeah, it's been all over Twitter for weeks and weeks and weeks.
But we'll see, man. I think they're playing with fire, and we'll see if they do end up getting burned by the FUD.
Yeah, I mean, the hype can only last so long. That's how I like to look at it. I will say with my application, I didn't put in as much effort as I should have. I was just filling it out really lazy when I don't even know what I was doing at the time. But yeah, I didn't put too much effort in the application. So hey, maybe that is a good thing to show that they're really reviewing these applications that they're being sent, and they're making sure that they want to pick the people that spent the time to really get themselves in the position to be accepted to that list. So they could probably read between the lines on mine and tell that I wasn't super like dead set on joining this community.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Hey, maybe hats off to them. You got to look at both sides.
But man, like, okay, so all like the whitelist simping that we've had to do for the last year, like I haven't done that much, but it's like, what percentage of people are really going to hold this one to the moon? Like, and what percentage are going to flip like day one in the first 24 hours? Like, so you're kind of being rewarded to just kind of, I don't know, say what you think they want to hear, right? Like, I don't know, man. I think the majority of people are just going to sell this thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like, I think one of the reasons Mutants did well was because of that lower price point. And there were a lot of Degens who came close to the Apes or couldn't quite get in. And it was like heavy reinforcements, like, damn, I'm in the club now. You know what I mean? And a big part of that, I think, was price driven because Apes had so many folks priced out. I don't know if it's the same with D-Gods. Like that price point was a lot lower for a D-God. So like people were definitely priced out of 10 ETH, but it wasn't the same way that they were priced out of 40 or 50 ETH and still in that like exclusive club with diamond hands. So I think that, yeah, that'll be interesting too. And I don't know enough about it to know what that flip is going to look like, but it does seem like there's a lot of people who don't have D-Gods and that's why they're trying to get a Ute for sure.
Yeah, I guess we'll see, man. Like I think it's 20K supply for Utes. Is that right?
I'm not sure.
Sounds
right, but I would have to check on that.
10.
Yeah, we should have a Utes expert next time.
Yeah, if any of y'all the Utes experts out there following and watching along with us, definitely hit us up. Let us know. Let us know if you want to be on here. We'll bring you up. I mean, even if we can get people up live right now.
Yeah, we got any Utes in the well?
I know we got a D-God. We got one of them, but No Utes yet. We'll see if anything changes after the mint today.
Facts.
Yeah.
Speaking of very important time tonight, the awful Ape Well Fantasy Football League draft night tonight, 7 p.m.
Sir.
Is that right?
7:15 p.m. Honestly, I was thinking about streaming it, but
Oh yeah, we should.
Yeah, we might have to get something going, get some fantasy football content going. I'm super excited. I've been watching the league in preparation.
Nice.
Y'all ever watch that?
I've seen a couple shows. Yeah, it was funny.
Anything Nick Kroll has just got me dying laughing.
Yeah, he's funny.
I think it would be fun to have like a stream, at least internal, right? So we can talk some shit and kind of entertain ourselves. It'll probably take at least a couple hours, right?
Yeah, I'd say probably like hour and a half. Yeah,
Okay.
it shouldn't be too bad, but we can definitely get a stream going because like we could do it on here and get basically everybody in at once. It's going to be a pretty interesting one. We got half the people are locals from Austin and then half from all over. We even got people overseas that are playing with us.
No
so
shit.
I have no idea how this is going to go.
I need to send in my dues, man. I'll have to sort that out with you after this.
Yeah, we'll get those all sorted out this week. That's the exciting part is whoever wins this league is going to get basically a quarter of an ETH just right there off the bat.
Yeah, that's what's up. Low key, I could probably host a draft party if you guys are feeling it.
That's what Beta was talking about in the Discord earlier. He was wanting to see if anybody wanted to meet up for a live draft.
Oh, word! I didn't see that.
I was gonna say I volunteered you in there just jokingly, but
oh, word! I got the
yeah.
space, man. We could definitely do it at my house if we want.
I was gonna say you were talking about grilling, so it could be.
I'd be down, man. I'd be down. That'd be good. That'd be good.
All right. Let's talk about it.
We got the Wi-Fi. I think that's good, man. Yeah, you got the perfect spot too.
Yeah. I'll make sure you guys get all that guest Wi-Fi.
Yeah, leave everybody else on the.
Slow your connections down
5G.
A little bit. Yeah, we'll slow that live research down just a bit.
Man, I've watched one football game in the last 3 years. So that is a red flag. But 3 years ago, I didn't watch a single game and I won the league I was in. So we'll see, man. I need to do a little bit of draft research because I'm not totally up on it, but I'm still liking my odds, man. I think I'm probably going to take home that 0.25 ETH.
I feel like we have some pretty like heavy hitters in our league this year.
I don't know it like I used to for sure, but I'm gonna try my best.
All I know is it's gonna be a fun time, and then if anybody, I mean, we might have to make some fun giveaways or prizes for each week, just depending on how the season goes. Because I want to get some more, since we are all Web3 people. I'd love to get NFTs and crypto involved any way that I can. So we might have to do some during the season accolades.
Oh, okay.
Man, I think at least we should have like a trophy that the winner gets. It's some sort of NFT. Like, I don't know if we have any good digital artists in the audience that can make us a badass, awful trophy. But that would be cool, man. And you have to, I don't know, either make a trophy every year or make the person send it to the next person. Like it just sits like the Stanley Cup. There's one of them.
That's right.
Yeah, you get it for your year.
We'll add somebody's name or their profile pic to the trophy every year.
That's it. That would be great.
Hackers are going to be trying to get that trophy, fam.
Oh yeah, I really like that idea. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, that's super dope.
Especially if there's some way that it can like update the NFT and like the graphic every single year. You got my brain going already.
I think we're onto something.
Bigger
than just the awful sports league.
Yeah, well, bigger than just the awful sports league. What if we did something like that for Sweep or Sell?
Oh shit!
We do some prizes there. Do you like
That'd
that?
Be nice.
You must have had a good week or something, huh?
You already know. I'm finally here.
Okay.
Let me. I'll throw up the Sweep or Sell graphic. This is for those people out there who's watching and you don't know, sweep or sell, we take the top 10 OpenSea projects just based on volume. Whatever the current price is, we decide whether we sweep or sell them. So right now, these are going to be the top 10 for today. I'll just refresh that actually. But this is our thing from last week. So right here is our results.
Oh, wow.
I crushed it. I almost hit the unicorn 10 out of 10 correct for the week, but I missed on one of them. But over here it shows the price changes. Everything was down. Only one thing out of the top 10 was up from last week to now, and that was the crypto Semegis.
Oh, wow.
And you bought that one, huh?
That was a good sweep. Dude, those things, I was watching those all weekend, basically, like waiting for that pump that happened this morning, if you saw it.
Yeah, I saw people posting this morning.
It was up to like 0.35.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Missed him.
What was it last week when we talked about it?
0.1.
Okay. So that's a good 3x.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, D-Gods were down a little bit. Digi Daigaku was down the most. And then everything else was not that bad. The 999 Club for ENS domains was just down 1 ETH. So there really wasn't any money-making opportunities at all. For sweep or sell, at least. And that was just this one project. So I barely squeaked by in positive.
That's what's up. Yeah, that was one of my worst weeks, it looks like. I just got to stick to the game plan.
Yeah, Paper.
I mean, you've been one of the most consistent out of all of us.
Yeah, Paper turned it around.
Hey, 9 out of 10. That's insane, bro.
Thank you. Yeah, see, as soon as we switched up the rules there, now I'm doing good.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
this is why I'm the commissioner.
The Renga deal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought we'd be up on that. But yeah, surprisingly down by 0.12.
Right.
Anyway, we will. Oops, I shouldn't have closed that out. All right, gonna refresh the top 10, and then we'll get into it for this week.
Yeah, the top 10 is interesting.
Yep. So we got ENS domains at number 1. The crypto Semegis, 0.29. We didn't have any blue chips last week, like not very many. So it's nice that they're back in it. And then Clone X are still in there, and Tykes. All right. So first things first, we're starting out with the 999 Club over at the ENS Markets, ENS Vision Marketplace. 34.8 ETH, Ty. Now you would be up. You would have beat us if it was an hour later.
What? Come on. That's Hey, I'm
all right. So
come on, Mish.
These things are up. We'll have to figure out something. I take the prices an hour before the podcast starts, so it is even every week.
That's solid.
But yeah, that's just unfortunate timing right there for you.
That's bad. Anybody listening knows what's up. They know. I'll sweep. I think these are good.
All right. Kaizen, what do you think? Last week you sold these at 32 or 33. One of them, 33, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still long-term bullish on it. I was just kind of waiting for a pullback based on just the last few weeks. It's been going up and up, and I thought I would pull back a little bit, but I'm gonna sweep this week. I feel like at least my timeline is just filled with ENS stuff, and I think it's mostly Daniel got hits. But I think there's still a buzz about it. I'm gonna sweep it.
Yeah, I agree with that buzz. And Kaizen, didn't you pick up something this weekend? Some numbers?
Yeah, I did. The 100K club.
Hey.
So I've got one piece in the 10K club. It was my old Ape 4-digit, and I sold the Ape and just kind of kept it, man. And it was, man, I should have bought more. Like, I didn't buy my new Ape. I was just like, who cares? Nobody cares about these, And so I'm still holding that, but I've got now 3 out of 100K, and I think that's a really good buy.
Yeah, I like it.
There were a few like clean 100Ks that they had at least 5 ETH bids on them.
Really?
I don't know if y'all saw that. I just saw a tweet was circulating Twitter earlier.
I'm in a Degen group with someone who flipped one recently for like 3.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome, especially when the floor is right now 0.06. That's not bad at all. If you can find one of those gyms near the floor.
For real.
I might have to look at those later. But yeah, like I was telling you guys, I met up with Daniel in real life this past week. Really cool dude. I got a lot of insights on just like his viewpoint on ENS domains, and it did change a lot of what I think about him. Like I'm starting to look at these like metaverse land, like real estate basically on the blockchain. In terms of just like the names that you can have. And I mean, it is a small community, and you can tell there's only going to be 999 of them. It shows that you were one of the OGs, because you're only going to be able to get these if you were super early. What else? I don't know. There's plenty more stuff. I can't even think about it off the top of my head. I don't want to sweep because y'all are sweeping, but I'm sweeping also.
Hey, the trifecta. It must. Yep. We're gonna win together, or we're gonna die together.
Oh yeah. All right. So 34.8. I'm gonna lock it in here. I'm gonna start doing this while we're going live, so we can all see it. We're all sweeping these.
And I'm looking at that 100K club. The best offer right now is 2.5 ETH, which again, the floor is about 0.06. So that's like way over, and it's a clean 0.4040. Like that's nice, man. Somebody minted that for like 0.003 or something. Like that's a great pull.
Yeah, that's awesome. If you guys if anybody out there is watching this and you guys don't use ENS Vision and you're buying and selling ENS domains, please use this website. It makes it so much easier. Not sponsored or anything. It's just it will save you a lot of hassles from OpenSea.
And man, when I bought my 3, I used that sweep button. Well, actually, I didn't. I actually just loaded them in my cart. I just loaded the 3. You pay the 1 transaction.
This is awesome.
But yeah, you can sweep whatever amount of ETH that you want to spend. It'll do the calculation, and you'll just buy the floor for one gas fee. It's pretty smooth.
Yeah, I love that. Awesome. I'll probably look into some of these after the stream. Might as well get in the 100K club if I missed out on the other ones.
Yeah, in fact, I'm cruising through them right now on my side, trying to get some ideas, getting distracted.
Hell yeah. All right, so number 2 on Sweeper Cell, we got Crypto Semegis at 0.29.
Damn.
Geez, at 2.9. I'm sweeping.
You're sweeping these. Interesting. Any reason why?
I saw that reveal wasn't for a few weeks. I just have no reason to believe they can't keep going up just a little bit between now and then.
I'm gonna go on the other side of this one. I'm gonna sell it. I'm just looking at this huge pump, the 1,700% volume increase in the last few hours. I feel it'll probably pull back from here.
I'm wondering what caused that volume increase. Does anybody know if there was some kind of announcement they made?
That's a good question.
Not to my knowledge. I haven't seen anything. I'm not really paying too close attention to them.
Yeah, and it is like we were saying last week. I think they do a lot of stuff like near Japan and that community. So I think already just we're kind of out of the loop with what's going on over here.
Yeah, we do see the AMA announcement. So that's coming up in 2 days. Maybe that was enough. I don't know. They're doing it in English, so that's nice. I don't see anything else on the Twitter feed.
Yep. Who really knows, I guess. I'm gonna sell these also. I think just because they did go up to 0.35, but even just if we go back to yesterday's price, it wouldn't have been. I mean, the average price yesterday was 0.18. and then before that 0.12. So I think it should probably still be down there, just on a week-to-week basis. So I'll say sell this week. All right, and then Kaizen, did you say sweep or sell?
I'm selling, sir.
Okay. All right. So number 3 for the week, Bored Ape Yacht Club, 76.76.
It's lower than last week, huh?
I don't even think it was in the top 10 last week, which is wild.
Interesting.
So 2 weeks ago, it was at 79. It's been around 79, and then whenever all the Bin Dow stuff was going on, it dropped to about 67, and now it's back up in the mid to upper 70s. So I guess overall we're probably trending a little bit down. But I mean, I'll get us started with this one. I think I would sell at 76.76. I don't think any announcements are going to come out anytime soon for the Apes, at least within the next week. So I don't see any reason why the floor price would be up from here. Ty, you want to go next?
Yeah, that's valid. Yeah, without some announcement, I think they're going to stay around the same amount, but I'll sell.
Man. Yeah, I think you guys are probably right. And this is a big one as far as looking at the overall ETH, right? Like this is worth probably 4 of these like projects that are way under. So this is a really big choice as far as the game goes.
There's some money on the line here, Kaizen, if you buy these.
Yeah, that's true. So the way that with the rules right now, like if we sell, like it's basically just like a pass, right? Like
Right. Yeah, but it's only going to count against you in the amount correct per week.
Yeah.
So you're not going to lose any ETH for selling something.
Yep.
But you can't gain anything.
Yeah, it's just a zero. So you can basically only make money on the stuff you buy.
Yep. I'm going to sell. I'm going to sell. I think you guys are right. There's no sign that something's going to happen. We had a little bit of an other side announcement in the middle of the week, and that didn't really do much for this. What was that?
It said which was sick, by the way.
Yes. That trailer was amazing. But yeah, I'm going to sell. I'll sell Bored Apes this week.
There are some pretty nice ones on the floor. So maybe that is a sign that there is more lower prices to come. All right. But speaking of the other deeds, that's what's next. Floor price 1.75. And that is down from last week. So yeah, it went from 1.85 down to 1.75. This is nothing new from the past few weeks. It's been in the 1.7 to 1.5 range for the past few weeks. And we got a little pump after the VMAs, and now it looks like it's coming back down. But that trailer did come out too, and I think that's helping the price sustain a little bit.
Your Coda play is looking really nice.
Yeah, thank God for that trailer, because the floor was looking a little shaky before then, not gonna lie.
Yeah, how low did it get after you bought? I saw it was up to like 14 when I looked at the other day.
Before that, it was down to like 11.
Oh.
So I had to sit on my hands a little bit, not make any stupid decisions, but we back up, baby.
That's what we love to hear.
Yep. So 1.75, I'm not going to lie, last night I almost bought a land with an artifact on it. And I think I was telling you guys it was flagged for suspicious activity, so I ended up not buying it. But I really want to collect some of these artifacts. I think they'll have some cool uses in the future, and I'm hoping to just secure one of them because they are kind of rare before the use cases for them come out. To try to play that upside.
Yeah, I think that's a smart move, and I'm gonna sell. I think they will continue to pull back until the next announcement, which we just had one 3 or 4 days ago, so I think it's going to be a little while. But I love the play. I totally agree, and I'm trying to kind of time it too for another pullback. I need to add at least one more land. I've got my eyes on a certain set of trades, but I think we'll pull back a little bit.
I'm also selling, by the way. Just wanted to. I didn't say it earlier.
Selling, yeah, I'm selling too for all the same reasons, but I like the artifact play long term. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, you can get them for not very far off the floor. So that's the one thing that appeals about them a lot to me.
Yeah.
Hopefully they have some value. Awesome. I feel like we talk about other deeds every week, so there's not too much left that we haven't covered. But this is a new one for us. Anonymous Cactus Club. I don't know anything about it. I briefly looked at it before we started streaming. Let me lock this in here. Floor price 0.29. I don't really know what to think about these things other than anything new I see, I'm just automatically dispositioned to hate it. So I think just from that, I'm gonna say sell before I even know what this is. It's a free mint. I don't think any free mints are doing well nowadays, especially it's up to 0.29.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah,
It is a free mint. I don't know anything about it other than they're trying to do like some community driven experience from like the super quick degenning that I did. I don't think it's going to be where it's at right now in a week, just from what I've seen. So I'm selling.
Gotcha. It is CCO also. I feel like these have a pretty tough time retaining their value.
Yeah, man, I don't like the vibe of this at all. Like, just reading, it says, "Is curiosity good or bad?" What we can say is with certainty is that it can sometimes be highly rewarded.
Sometimes.
Can you handle the unknown? Is like the last one. I'm like, you got to give me a little something. Like it's even saying, yeah, no Discord yet, no CCO yet. Like, what? Right. So what
no docs founders yet.
Yeah, what do we have? Like, I don't know what we have, and I don't care about it, man. Good luck. I hope it is something cool. It might be a cool social experiment, but I don't care. I'm gonna sell it.
Selling it.
Cool. Yep. All in the same boat again. I mean, the art's not even great. Like we were looking at some last week that was pixel art too. I think it was the Commoners by Commonopoly. Is that right, Ty?
Yep.
Yeah,
okay, and they actually had good pixel art, but
that had dope pixel art, and it got shredded. I think.
I think we sold that, or at least I think
I swept it. I think. Yeah. Okay. Lost some dough on that one. Low risk though. Low risk.
Commoners. Yeah, that is the nice thing. So it went from 0.06. It's a 0.02 now. If anybody likes the Commonopoly stuff.
Oh, I swept it.
Yeah, I mean the good thing about those is the floor price is so low that you're barely penalized for sweeping it. It's more of just an upside play, but that just didn't happen to work out. It's kind of nice seeing it from a spreadsheet point of view because you can see how I don't know. I think this personally helps me trade a little bit. Just if I'm making some week-to-week plays, just knowing how long some of the lifespan of these things have and how much risk you can take on, and things like that. All right, so 1, 2, 4, 5, and we got 5 left. All right. This is what I've been paying attention to all week. The Artifact Clone X Forging Season pre-forge NFTs. Quick TLDR on this. If you own a Clone X NFT, you have access to mint these things, all these different clothing items. And in a few days, you'll be able to redeem the actual real life item that corresponds with these NFTs by burning the NFT, and you'll get a new NFT, but basically just says that you've already claimed whatever piece of clothing is on this on the NFTs. So I bought a few of these. I did pretty well for them. I bought 2 at 1. I sold 1 at 1.5, and this is actually my listing right here at 1.4. So I'm just trying to lock in some gains, get back on the sidelines. I like these quick plays, but if I get stuck bag holding on this shoe, I'll be fine with it because I think long term they'll be okay. But I wanted to ask you guys, how do you think we should go about this? Just like, should we just pick a random item?
I would pick like one of the Air Force Ones probably.
Okay.
Like maybe that Murakami joint that's 8, or
I think
like just
this one.
one of the rare ones. You know what I mean? Like one of the ones that's actually got some like demand and sought after. That one would be a good one too.
Yeah, I think we'll go with this other Murakami one just for the fact that this one only has 128 total supply. So I think that could be really just super volatile just because there's such a small market for it.
Yeah.
So I'd rather do this one. I actually got out of this place. Ty, when we were talking, I bought one of these and then I got out basically break even just because I think there's too many people that own these compared to the other ones.
Yeah.
Like 2.7K pairs of these shoes were minted. Yeah, that is a lot. If you're comparing it to like 200 or 300 of these other
where the floor
shoes.
price is lower, but that's also the Murakami drip effect, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the flip side of it is that these have had the worst price action out of everything.
Really?
So, yeah, just because there's so many people that are trying to flip them, they probably redeemed as much as they could, and then everybody's already trying to get out.
Yeah.
Because these aren't the most beautiful shoes on the market by any means.
No, they're. I mean, they're dope. They're super dope, but they're not my faves.
So, all right. We're gonna do it with these shoes. 0.615 floor price. Ty, you wanna start us off? Are you sweeping? Or are you selling these?
I think I'm gonna sell just based on the fact that isn't there something on the 7th that these need to be redeemed by?
I think redemption opens on the 7th.
Oh, redemption opens on the 7th. I got you.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how long it lasts though. That's probably a pretty important thing to know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, if redemption goes through next week, and like we're still in the redemption zone, I'll sweep. If we're not, then I'm selling. So I mean, we don't have to go either way. I'll sell. I'll just make it easy. I'll sell these suckers.
Selling them. Yeah, I think these might be hard because if the redemption is done, then these NFTs are going to be worthless anyway.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it's all based on the redemption. They're dope.
Yeah, I'll have to follow suit there and say sell too. What about you, Kaizen?
Yeah, I'm gonna sell, guys. Exact same thing that Ty said. Like, these probably have a chance to appreciate up until redemption. Then, of course, that's gonna be it.
Yeah, because then everything switches to physical, and you'll actually have to go see what they're selling for on the shoe market. And I don't know how to track that, so we'll have to leave it at that. But yeah, we're pretty much all on the same page today. The only difference has been the crypto Semegis. So that'll be make or break for Ty. But collection number 6, we're back to the D gods. I'm gonna switch to Magic Eden for this. That's how I've been taking the prices, by the way. All right, D gods, 565 soul floor. This is down about 20 soul from last week, which is really just a little bit under half an ETH. Yeah, I think these are probably going to be pretty volatile also, just with the Ute stuff going down today. I'm going to have to sell these. I am a non-believer in the D-Gods. I'm a non-believer in most of everything on Solana. And this ain't my cup of tea.
Fair enough. I'm going to sell just because of post reveal and everything like that.
Yep, agreed. I'm selling. I'm looking also at the on OpenSea volume is down just 36% just from yesterday, and I think that's going to continue to pull back, and that's going to kind of push the price down.
Some good metrics to keep an eye on. All right, we're rocking and rolling on these last ones. All right, ABC Abracadabra. I vaguely know about these. Oh, these are Magic Eden also. Are y'all familiar with Abracadabra at all?
No.
Yeah, no.
It's just I know it's on Solana, but I don't really know anything about it. I'd probably sell it.
All right, it's a collection of 10,000 immutable NFTs, 0% royalties, made to remind you of how fun things were when we were kids. No official Twitter or Discord, yet somehow selling for 19 ETH. That's an easy sell for me. I will sell these, collect my money, and be on to the next collection. What about
But
y'all?
hey, just to clarify, it's not 19 ETH, it's 19 Soul, right?
Yes, sorry.
Okay,
I say
good.
so much stupid shit on the podcast, and whenever I'm re-listening to these, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, I like have a heart attack if it was actually 19 ETH. Like, I have a 6-year-old, and like, if I want to see that kind of art, man, I'm spoiled. I get it for free. So, no, I don't. I'm not buying into this, man. If this was something like a real 6-year-old made, then maybe like, but no, not for this. I'm gonna sell it.
Yeah, you gotta help your kids sell an NFT collection. Just start the drawings right now.
He's working on some stuff, man. Like, we have a lot of fun with it, and he's got a couple things I think might hit, but I'm not at all like one of those crazy dads, man, that's trying to like monetize my kid. But if we do a collection, man, it'll just be fun for him.
Oh, that's awesome. That's the alpha right there.
That's the real alpha.
Hell yeah.
Ty, what do you think about ABCs?
Oh, I'm selling these suckers.
Okay.
Yeah.
That wrong thing. Ooh, we're pretty much all gonna tie next week, it looks like. It's gonna come down to these last two collections. So we got Clone X sitting at a measly 6.09 floor price. Last week we checked on these and they were at a 7 floor price.
Oh,
I
wow.
thought these were gonna go up after that announcement of the forging and all that stuff. Because last time, like, we recorded this last week and that wasn't even open yet. So yeah, I was surprised to see price go down after that. I'll go out on a limb. I'm gonna sweep these at 6.09. I think Artifact. I think they've been doing a lot of things right, and they don't get enough credit for it. So I'm buying these at 6.09.
So I'm gonna sell. I think, man, if all this buzz from this past week didn't push up the floor, then I just don't see how, a week of kind of no news is gonna increase it. So I'm gonna sell.
Ty?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna sell too. I think that there's still some time and room for these things to go down a little bit before they start coming back up.
Yeah, I can't hate on either of those. I think one of the things that made me interested in starting to collect some of these again is just the fact that whenever Artifact does have these forging drops, you know how like the distribution channel works, I guess, for like retail. There's the people that get the access to stuff at manufacturers pricing, and then they get to price it up on the secondary market.
Yeah.
I feel like these kind of work the same. Like if you were to corner the market on, I mean, it would cost a ton for any of these rare ones, but I mean, if you secured a bunch of reptile DNA Clone X's, then you're basically getting manufacturer's cost for every reptile forging drop that comes out in the future, and then you could just basically act like your own reptile retailer in the future. And I think some people will probably try capitalizing on that for some of these rarer DNAs. But yeah, those aren't on the floor basically.
I got some questions real quick. So with Clone X, when you minted or forged, were there options associated with it? Like you got to pick for, a certain artifact type?
Yeah. So I can actually show you right here. You go to lookbook.artifact.com. It has every single collection that you can buy depending on if you have certain DNAs for your clones. So this Genesis collection is available to all clones. It's just generic Clone X branded stuff. Murakami drip is Murakami designed clothing, only available to stuff with Murakami traits on it. And so, like, say if you have human, this is all the most basic stuff. These are, if you have a human clone, you have access to mint any of these items at these prices.
Gotcha.
They got their own hoodie, all that kind of stuff. And then this is their signature Air Force one.
Yeah, those Air Force ones are dope. How much did those cost to mint?
All the shoes. So that's the cool thing. No matter what DNA you have, all the items it's a flat price. So people paid 0.038 to mint these shoes. But also, let's say you have like one of the rarest things. Like say you have an alien. This is their collection of clothing that they can mint. They got their own like custom hoodie, shirts, space jacket, and their shoes are also 0.38, even though if you checked on OpenSea right now, they're probably selling for like 10 ETH per pair.
Yep.
Are they really selling for that much on aftermarket?
I think so, because there's very little. I think we'll check the actual price right here, but I think there's less than 100 pairs of shoes total, like maybe even less than 50.
And like this is where they really are bridging the gap between sneakers, street culture, and NFTs, because like there might be an alien holder of Clone X who is not really into these shoes, and there might be someone who's kind of into NFTs, know what Clone X is, but really thinks these shoes are dope because they're going to only be 100 pairs of them. Like, so they're going to pay up for it. You know what I mean?
Man, like that's just blowing my mind. That, I mean, I'm not a real sneakerhead. Like, I appreciate the culture and try and get some good shoes, but man, like that's 16 grand for a pair of shoes. Like,
that's crazy.
Somebody minted it less than a week ago for 0.38.
So Paper, let's see the last sale though. Like, obviously
16 hours ago.
Yo.
And man. 10 before that. And 9.9.
Now you guys know more about sneakers than me. Like, is there any shoe like
these were like $5? These were only like $5 when we started talking. My bad, Kaizen. What'd you say?
I'm just curious if that's like, if 16 grand is like a legit number to pay for a pair of sneakers, like whatever, like the original Jordans or something. Like, I mean, how do we compare this to like the existing sneaker market?
I mean, that's hella pricey. That's top tier. 16 grand is a lot. You know what I mean? At the same time, if they only make 50 pairs of these, that's insane. Because even a lot of these pairs that go for, 10 grand or whatever and up, that's kind of like an upper echelon. There's way more than 50 pairs.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they don't do
the
anything.
Supply on these are nothing compared to traditional or just other shoes.
That's the big, like, that's the thing with like even those Murakami drips, like for 0.6 ETH on the one that's got like 2,000, like 2,000 is a pretty fucking small size run across the board, across the world. Like, that's not a lot of, the 100 biggest cities in the States only get X amount. Like, that's not a lot of pairs of Murakami drip.
You also got to think that since there's only going to be 50 total, everyone wears different shoe sizes. So depending on which sizes actually get forged, that makes them even more scarce to have specific sizes of these really rare shoes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
this is just a whole new realm of just having a limited supply of 50. Like, that's just not something Nike would ever do.
Right. And that's where the innovation comes in, I'm thinking, because they're really just changing a new way to do drops for streetwear. And you see the Clone X vial right there?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
That's got that NFC chip embedded in it that proves that it's an authentic shoe. So that is the really cool thing about this also, that you're going to be able to prove that you own a legit shoe through the chip that's inside of it.
That's what's up.
So, Paper, what's the supply of the one that you have right now that you've listed?
It's a little under 300. It might have hit 300 by now. But when I bought it was less than 200. And then the max total supply that there can be is 5. So that was one of those things that I looked for when buying it. Because originally I had the other Murakami one, but I saw the supply was way too high and people are going to undercut each other. Because at this point, it's like playing a PvP trading game against all the people that you're in it with. So I'd rather be a bigger fish in a smaller pond for something like that, where I'm only have to battling against 194 people instead of 1,400 or however many it was.
And I like these, like, and I like even like the 2,000 price point is like palatable, like versus the 15,000. Like, I think that's a really nice move you made.
Yeah,
Thank
totally.
you. Thank you. Yeah, shout out to Ty for pushing me in the right direction on that. I was hesitant to pull the trigger at first, but the more I started thinking about it, I consulted with our resident shoe expert KJ. He backed me up that these were a tiny supply, and it was something I was willing to take a gamble on. I will be sad if these sell for 1.4. Like I'll jump into something else, but yeah, we'll see where this goes. I'm just trying to be a little bit conservative and take some wins.
Totally.
So yeah, so it sounds like we're all selling the Murakamis though. At that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, I think that brings us to the last one. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the last collection for the day, we got Tykes. 1.5. We'll do it at 1.5. I just refreshed it. It was at 2.5. It was just at 2.44. Just based off the art, I'm going to sell. I don't know anything about this collection, but yeah, I don't know. We can look into it. Do y'all know anything about Tykes?
No.
I'm looking at the website too.
This doesn't. It says it's a real estate project, but this doesn't give me real estate vibes from the pictures.
Yeah, if you hold one, it says you will get exclusive access to invest in startup businesses, real estate deals, metaverse land deals, and more. And also real life events. They're going to do meetups, trainings, and conferences for the Tykes community. And I'm selling. I just don't see it. Even though, hey, they have Tycoin. So that might be, yeah.
All
I think that's kind of they're kind of stealing your thing, Ty, but
Tykes.
Where can I long tie? 100x leverage.
I'm selling, man. I think there might be a little niche for this, but man, like even the 2.5 floor seems pretty high. Like this seems like something I could see it actually working, but I don't think that I could see it like at a 0.4 ETH floor, and I just think it's a little high right now.
What about you, Ty?
Yeah, I don't really know too much about it. I think it was a project founded by some members from Neo Tokyo, Citizens or whatever that project is. But yeah, other than that, it sounds like they're trying to do something different and really like bring this community together. So it's like, I think that just depends on those diehard community members. Like if that's your thing, like who's your base, who's your support, how big is that main person? I don't know enough about it, but yeah, it seems kind of high for the art and everything too. And it just had a really nice run up. I think it went from like wherever it's at. It just launched in the last week, didn't it? So
Yep.
I feel like it'll go down between now and next week.
Yeah, I think this thing should go to 0. Personally,
it looks like to me like this guy is one of those kind of Instagram real estate guys, and so he's got just a huge following and was able to probably onboard a lot of real estate people into this. And man, probably for the people that minted, this has been a great win. And if they know anything about NFTs, they should take their profits right now.
Probably, right?
But man, the other thing that's going against this, I think most people that are kind of watching real estate feel like we are in a little bit of a bubble. So right now, I personally know like 10 people that are real estate agents, and I just don't think that that's going to continue forever. Like there's just probably a little bit of a real estate crash, and that's not going to help this group either.
Definitely. Yeah, I wish I knew more about real estate. I need to get into that. into that game.
Yeah,
But
right.
to me, there's just such a disconnect by like the people who would be buying real estate and then the people they seem like they're targeting with this kind of art. It doesn't seem like there's any overlap at all. Because like
That's a
this is
good
very
point.
childlike stuff, and there's no kids that really care about real estate or being a part of a real estate mastermind thing. Yeah, to me, there's so many red flags. Just very Web 2. Ryan Pineda, do better.
I think you nailed that too with the art thing, man. Like that's another big red flag. Like if you were trying to be a legit like real estate thing, like you need to be a little more serious with the artwork, right? Like this just isn't it.
No, I agree. I agree totally.
I can't stop laughing. Is this supposed to be a blunt?
Cook, what's the trait? Yeah. Toothpick. Girl's toothpick.
I mean, come on. You couldn't do better than that for a toothpick.
Dude, this is well, I was gonna say Fiverr art, but there are like 1, 2, 3, 4 artists. Helen, Kit, Kanumatsu, and Minami. Sorry. It just doesn't fit the real estate vibe. Like this might work for something else, but no.
Yep.
Agreed.
I agree.
But somehow there's a 2.18 WETH offer on it. So yeah, I can't wait to come back and visit those next week. But here's what we're looking like for this week. This is probably the closest it's been all across the board, like where we have the same picks. The only differences we have are the Crypto Semegis. Ty took a flyer on those. I took a flyer on the Clone X, and then Kaizen, you played it pretty conservative. So it's going to be exciting to see how this turns out next week.
Yeah, my toughest call was Bored Apes. Like that's the only other one that I was really coin flip. Like I really I want to buy it, but yeah, I think we'll probably drift down a little bit.
Yeah, it's close, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it always feels hard. It always feels like I'm betraying the apes whenever I say sell them. As a long-term believer, but
Yeah, right.
it is what it is.
Exactly.
That's what we got to do if we're trying to win this.
And man, I want to put the call out there. Like if Tyler Hobbs is listening, I know that he's a local Austin guy. He's probably listening. Hey man, if you want to help us out with this trophy, let us know. We can definitely maybe even give you a free membership to the Ape Well, to the Vision Decks. It's not for me to promise that, but maybe Paper could make something happen. Let us know, Tyler.
Yeah. I'm always open to new opportunities, new things. Reach out to us, Tyler. Hit us up. But yeah, so that's it for Sweep or Sell. Is there anything else that you guys know that's going on in the space that you guys wanted to chop it up about before we, take off?
Nothing really comes to mind on this side. Like it's kind of a drama-free weekend. It seemed like everybody was catching their rest or getting ready for Utes. I'm pretty good.
Man, the only other thing I've really been buying this week is just some random like photography editions. And if anybody's into it, I mean, there are some really, really amazing photographers that are putting stuff out there, like editions of 10 and 20 that are like 0.03 ETH. And there's some deals out there. Like I've been curating.
Do you want to show that one that you were talking about earlier? Was it on Foundation?
Yeah. Man, the one I got Touch. Or wait, the one I did this morning, where's that? It'll take me a minute to find it. I put it in the group chat. It is no, I think it's on ETH. It's called Sweet Temptation. Let me find it. But this was a free mint.
Oh, damn.
So you know what? I'm not even seeing it in my OS. So I'm not sure where
it's
landed.
all good.
Yeah, I can have something queued up for you guys next week. But man, there's some really good stuff out there that, I don't know. I mean, it's just I'm kind of just buying it. That's like my pure collecting is like when I buy something in photography, I don't know if it's going to appreciate, right? But it's just I want to reward these artists. Like that's my pure kind of art collecting. And whereas with PFPs, it's more about kind of flipping and trying to play that game. Like, but yeah, there's just amazing stuff out there.
Hell yeah. So if I'm taking anything away, it's don't forget about the artists. We got to support
That's
them.
it.
Yeah, and support your
Artists.
local artists by paying creator royalties. I will say that. That whole thing that went down. I can't remember if that was a week ago or 2 weeks ago. But yeah, it's kind of fucked up for the small artists. So definitely make sure they get theirs if you guys are buying and selling their stuff.
Facts.
Yeah, agreed.
Support your artists, pay the royalties,
And subscribe to Ape Well.
and subscribe to the well.
Hell yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys joining me today. Shout out to everybody that's watching in the audience. I can't wait to draft with you guys later and talk some shit.
Hell yeah. We'll see you in about 6 hours, man. I'm ready for the draft.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Cool. Well, I'm sure we'll tie off after this and figure all that out. But it was cool as always. Thanks for spending the Labor Day with us. And I hope you guys have a good rest of the week.